medium and Reiki master. I pray these messages find you at the precise time you need them. Tracy, hello! Calling everyone in who's meant to be here in this moment. I have some sage that I'm going to offer you, and as always on my live streams, we start out with a bit of Reiki. So as all of you come in, I offer this beautiful burning sage to you. Hello. Hey, Lisa. Calling everyone in who's meant to be here. Hey, Sean. Lord Vito, hello. Okay, Spirit. I'm feeling crystals. That's a very interesting combination. There's one more. Oh, I've been looking for you. And also been looking for you. Hello, hello, welcome in. Ari, hi. Juliana, hello, sorry. To those of you who are honoring St. Patrick's Day, happy St. Patrick's Day. Which stone? That one. Okay. So we're about to hop in, as always, with a crystal Reiki activation. If you are open to receiving this healing, positive, cleansing energy, this protective energy, please tap in with a 444. If you're open to receiving, please comment 444 below. I'm going to take a moment now to connect to you. And I'm going to start bringing the Reiki through. Oh, a lot of anticipation here, huh? Hello, everyone. Divine Feminine Dancing. Oh, that's beautiful. Welcome in. Deirdre, welcome. Okay, we're going to be starting today with the amethyst crystal. That's not amethyst. Well, I guess amethyst and citrine. Cynthia, hi. Christina, hi. My hands are starting to shake. A lot of you have been, lots of anxiety, lots of anticipation. From, solar plexus, heart to throat. I want you to focus on taking deep breaths in, okay? And slow, easy exhales. Laura, hello. Tommy, welcome in. Tammy, how do I say Tommy? Forgive me. Happy Mercury retrograde and eclipse season, everyone. I'm excited for tonight's video. As always, with everyone who's coming in and out of these videos, we bless everyone thank them for stopping on their journey, offer them our love and our healing, and help them on their way. All right. Starting to eat up a bit of that anxiety. Dang, you guys. Ooh. We're gonna use obsidian. Okay. Throwing a little bit of copper in here. Ooh, there we go. Welcome in everyone. If you're open to receiving this Reiki energy healing, along with the crystal energy, tap in with a 444. We're going to get into the message in a moment, but the energy is not quite finished coming through. Welcome in everyone. May you find the love within. Yeah, Lisa, thank you. I'm not in a mood. Ooh, nearly complete there. Nearly finished. Michelle, welcome in. You're welcome. We're about 90% there. There we are. And the Reiki session is complete. I'm going to take a moment now, disconnect from your all energies that was tapped in through the Reiki. I apologize. I have two very vocal puppies that are very, very old, but they still act like puppies. Well, that was interesting. Did you see that? Okay. No one's going to put your light out this season, okay? So you watch out. All these people, the trolls are trolling. in eclipse season Mercury retrograde, okay? You're so welcome. You're welcome, Robert. You snuck in. Hey. You're so, so welcome, Divine Feminine Dancing. All right. Let's get into the message. Is there any crystals you need me to leave on camera, Spirit? Selenite and obsidian. Okay. I usually try to leave these somewhere that you can see them, that they don't interfere with my doing the work. We're gonna... Can you see those in the bottom of the... Is that gonna work? Perfect. Let's dive into it. First, a really quick announcement. Thank you all for your super quick feedback. I recently created an oracle deck that I am having so much fun experimenting with, and I cannot wait to make it available to you all. It'll be available soon, I promise. It is called Messages from Your Future Self Oracle, and I want to dive into this deck today to really guide today's theme. Spirit needs me to talk about emotional regulation and doubt, but also how you protect yourself spiritually and kind of certain things that you're expecting or you can expect, or that you're already experiencing this Mercury retrograde eclipse season. So the deck is super cute. It comes in a little velvet pouch. Cheyenne, hey. And I made the backs of them these cute little lotuses. May you find the love within. This needs to be your attitude to everyone that tries to dim your shine this season, okay? Or who say things that are really out of pocket. May you find the love within. May you find the love within. Because you're shining so brightly this season. You're always shining brightly, but it's so different right now. 1, 2, 3, 4 on my clock. It is so different because these chaotic energies are highlighting the stability even more clearly that you have cultivated within yourself. So please do everything you can to be grounded and be balanced, as a lot of you are empathic. A lot of you are empathic. And all right, fam, I'm not going to be able to focus on the chat today because Spirit has a really important message that I need to focus on getting out. And when I am able, I will be able to tune into your messages and what you're saying. So I promise it's not that I don't care. It's just that this is really important. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. So distractions are at a really all-time high right now. And everything that you've walked away from prior to eclipse season is coming back around because of the echoes of the severed connection. Disconnection creates echoes, especially in this chaotic energy of eclipse season with Mercury retrograde. Some of the things that have been very difficult for you to move through are coming out even more pronounced than they have in quite some time. So you might have left certain connections or certain communities, certain workplaces, and people at those places or people connected to those places are trying to come back around right now to get you back involved. To get you reconnected. And you'll notice that these things don't quite sit right with you. And that's okay, because because it's not supposed to sit right with you. You're supposed to acknowledge that and validate the fact that you feel off about something. Now, if it's something that, so that's one aspect of, it's the third time you're hearing that today, Ari? Whoa. Yeah. A lot of you are feeling very exposed right now. Okay, sometimes when I go into hardcore channel mode, I can't look at the phone because I have to like create my little bubble. Yeah, a lot of you are feeling extra sensitive and exposed right now. And by exposed, I just mean it kind of feels like your energetic protection keeps being tested. So again, super emphasis on you doing everything you need to do to stay steady and grounded right now. Yeah. Thank you, Spirit. What else? What else does the collective need to know right now with this message? And soon I'll pull a few tarot cards. But again, we're coming back to this feeling of anxiety, this burning in your chest, in your gut, saying you need to do something. You have to use that as a way to move forward. This says keep pushing on, number 31. There's 59 cards in this deck. You have to keep moving forward. And for a lot of you, this means that you're actually trying to establish new patterns, new habits in the chaotic energy that is taking place right now, because it's kind of like Spirit saying you don't really have another choice but to let go of the energy that's being eclipsed out of your life right now and to enter this new paradigm where you're just on it. You're on fire all the time. And so that burning in your chest, that passion, it never dies out because it's begging to be expressed through movement sometimes. Through movement sometimes, through communication, whether that's writing or speaking or a conversation that you need to have. Okay, I feel like that's a separate message, so we'll get there, Spirit. Yeah, wow. Don't entertain anything that's trying to bring you chaos right now, or that sends you for a loop. Don't let anything send you back into old ways, because the space between the old habit and the new habit is that crucial time. And that's where we're in the middle of right now in this eclipse season, eclipsing the old so that new can be tasted and then worked towards. And Mercury retrograde is saying, okay, well, it's kind of, it's amplifying this energy a lot. I'm not too deep into astrology, but I do become aware of certain transits when Spirit brings them to my attention. So Mercury retrograde is going to be challenging how well you're able to maintain the boundaries that you have established. Of course, like I alluded to at the beginning of this message, that people, places, things from your past are going to try to come back. And they're going to try to say, oh, but you don't really want to let us go, do you? But every choice that you've been making has been in your best interest and your highest good. So don't turn away from that. just because you feel the call. Like a lot of you, this has been connections, workplaces, or communities where you were doing the heavy lifting for everyone. And Spirit came through to remind you. Number 23, allow others to take responsibility. Mercury retrograde and eclipse season are going to remind you of your limits. And that's okay, because the more you allow others to assume responsibility for themselves, for their healing, the more you're showing them that they are capable of that. Oftentimes, empaths, we've talked about this a lot on my channel, oftentimes empaths and sensitive people have a people-pleasing tendency where, because you're feeling so much constantly from everyone around you, it's not like you can just shut it off. You want to help others to alleviate their suffering because you're feeling it. It makes you feel good to help people because you're literally feeling what they're going through. But Spirit's wanting you to be careful in your mindset. Some of you, this is going to be a period of reevaluating your boundaries in certain connections. Where can you allow others to take responsibility for certain things in their life? And I know, speaking from experience, sometimes people will have an okay reaction to that, sometimes they won't. But you establishing the boundary for you so that you're able to actually give life to the things that you desire, as a siren's going off. They're like, oh, Spirit's like, it's gonna set off alarms for these people that you're changing, that you're actually changing, and they had whatever preconceptions about you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is interesting, Spirit. I thought we were gonna go in a different direction here with this message, but I guess someone needed to hear that part first. Where are we going, Spirit? We're gonna get into it with the Wild Reflections Tarot. So the theme of this video is emotional regulation and doubt. That there's so much resistance to even like trying to articulate this message. Spirit, can you help me out, please? Help me ground a little bit more. Thank you. So, okay. Kind of building off on the messages that I posted yesterday. Mercury retrograde is going to be showing you, coupled with eclipse season, all of the shadow work that you've been scratching the surface of, but not really fully immersing yourself into. We're also wrapping up Pisces season, so there's a lot of emotions coming up, a lot of memories resurfacing. Your dream space could be absolutely wild right now. And so could your nervous system. Again, first thing we started with was all of that anxiety that's been bubbling up, that anticipation, that vibration that is calling you, shaking you awake to move in a new direction. Emotional regulation is going to give you the steadiness that you need to overcome the doubt you have in yourself. Some of you you've still been doubting your ability to see your dreams come into reality. You've still, even though Spirit will show you time and time again why you're qualified, how you already have all the tools you need to get started, you're still not believing in your success. And so the self-sabotage that comes with that is being highlighted, especially. It was brought into the playing field, we'll say, with this full moon we just went through, the eclipse, the first eclipse of the season, highlighting the ways that self-sabotage is standing in your way. Now, the key to understanding your self-sabotage is understanding that these parts of yourself are actually protective mechanisms. One of my spiritual teachers says that everything is either an act of love or a cry for love. And so we don't fully understand the ways that our own self-destructive behavior can stand in the way of our growth and our forward momentum until we understand that these parts are actually trying to prevent past situations from playing out. Your subconscious is trying to protect you. It's always trying to protect you, not just to keep you comfortable or keep you stagnant or keep you stuck. You have to be very mindful about the language that you use to describe these things, because that language is preventing you from feeling safe enough to look at these things. Some of you are still not in a healthy relationship with the fact that you have a physical body right now. And it's part of the human experience, isn't it? To be either at peace or at war with your body, or both at the same time, as it can be. And that's okay too. It's an aspect of you. It's what allows you to be here, to create. The purpose of this life, you have to remember, especially in the super chaotic times, is to keep going. It's all of the treasures that you uncover as you keep going. The treasures of truth in your emotional realities that have been buried in your subconscious for so long. Take overeating as a self-sabotaging habit. Overeating means the digestion system is exhausted trying to keep up with everything. So naturally you're exhausted. But you overeat to keep yourself safe and exhausted so that you don't have the energy or consequently the motivation to push through and do the things that you know you need to do, which oftentimes are the things you want to get done. This can also be about body dysmorphia too. The key is coming back to what emotions are driving these behaviors. We might find anxiety or depression or fear of getting hurt at the root of any of these self-sabotaging or self-protective behaviors, especially anger or doubt. Even seeing yourself as a problem to be solved or a broken thing to be fixed. These are all serving to keep you limited and stuck and unhappy. But these weren't ever mindsets that you woke up one day and you were like, oh yeah, today I'm just gonna really dislike myself. These were consequences of certain circumstances, certain conversations, certain connections that reinforced a negative self-concept to you. An eclipse season with Mercury retrograde wants you to be very mindful about all of the work you've already done up to this point to retrain your mind to see things differently. This is a season where you're going to start to piece a lot of different things together, and it's going to serve in powerful emotional breakthroughs. Very powerful, very, very powerful emotional breakthroughs. Some of you have been denying yourself that emotional catharsis because of how uncomfortable really feeling the depth of what that is, whatever the emotions are that are trying to come up that you push back down, as a way to feel safe, especially those of you who grew up in very angry or dangerous homes. Please understand that these emotions in you have so much truth and wisdom to relay. For those of you who say, I hate myself, I'm stupid, I'll never figure it out. Just what I thought. I'm not good enough. What are those moments that created that self-concept? For some of you, they're conversations with a sibling or a parent figure, or they're situations with friends or your communities. All of these things are asking for your attention so that you can see how to love yourself a little bit deeper in those situations, in those circumstances. Find the love within. You're at an advantage now where you can hold space for yourself as you begin to gently explore everything that rises up. For some of you, you're binge watching different TV shows or movies until you fall asleep because the idea of being alone with your mind and emotions is so scary. And that's okay, we've all been there. It's a rite of passage on the spiritual journey, but once you start to recognize these patterns and really dig into what they're trying to tell you, how they're trying to protect you, that's where you can start to rewire your subconscious thinking. So let's take the binge watching until you fall asleep and then you wake up exhausted instead of allowing yourself to get a good night's sleep. The lack of energy translates to not having to try as hard, making it feel more okay to throw in the towel, to give up. But maybe that's just a subconscious protective mechanism of preventing you from getting your heart broken. If you do put your heart into something, all of your energy, your time into something that doesn't work out, that doesn't pay off the way that you expect it to. But you see, with each of these situations, the ones like this, the patterns that you start to recognize like this, they all have something to tell you about yourself. That when you look at it from how is this actually trying to love me, you can see that there's more going on than just what you're seeing on the surface of things. So how is doubt part of this conversation? Doubt doesn't want you to reach your full potential because the more you believe in yourself, the more confident you are, the more you put yourself out there to be seen. And consequently, you open yourself up to the judgment of others. That's pretty scary. That's terrifying. Especially when you've had negatively reinforcing experiences to tell you that. Whether you remember these things or not, it's all stored in your body. Whether that's physical pain, it's illnesses, or even just depression, extreme anxiety, all of these things are indicators of something that's happening in your mind. So don't be afraid of really unpacking what that is. Don't be afraid of looking into it to see it for the reality of the situation. If those of you are struggling on your shadow work, struggling with your shadow work, you're not sure where to start, please sign up for my Shadow Work Bootcamp. It's all of these kinds of things that I broke down into a very, very easy to navigate 6-week course on Udemy. The link's in the description box below. It's a 6-week Shadow Work Bootcamp where I guide you personally through meditations. I give you a workbook as well as affirmations to work with, that with some examples as well of how to flip scripts on certain patterns in your life, certain patterns in your past, that you can find self-love and freedom from these things, especially the things that have been weighing on you for so long that you don't know how to look at differently. It's $27.99 USD. Do you see how much doubt eats up your time? And time is your greatest resource while you're here on Earth. Yeah, normally I have a chance to eat before I go live, so that helps me be a bit more grounded than I am right now, which is why I'm trying to tune out as much as possible. I should say tune in. But are those different? Okay. So I finally feel like I can read these cards. The doubt that you have prevents you from getting started. Welcome in. And literally that is the hardest part. That is the hardest part, is starting something new. But you have to commit with all of you, because when you commit to walking away to literally building yourself out of an old unhealthy pattern, what a spread. We've got the Three of Pentacles here, followed by the Devil, like blindfolded, chained up. What is happening? Where am I? The doubt keeps you in your head, which keeps you disconnected from your body, and your body knows what you need. And a lot of you are, for the first time, learning how to tune into your body, but you're also finally feeling safe enough to do that. It's not something you can do when you constantly are on edge and your actual safety is at stake. And a lot of you start to beat yourself up. I'm not as far as I wish I was. oh, I should have had that done by now, and I have all this to do, and I have all that to do, and I have to do that, and I have to make sure they do that, and I have to make sure they do that, and then all this has to get done, and blah, 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 and it just starts to weigh you down. You have enough on your plate just trying to navigate your optimal balance of your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual lives. You have enough to do. Don't be giving your energy where it's just being taken and tossed. Okay? And I feel like there's an energy of comparison here too. Because we had the two working cards. The Three of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles, with the devil between them. It's like, well, I started, but then I got distracted and I have to do this and I have to do that, I have to do this, I have to do that. But it's your doubt at being able to complete something that prevents you from really finishing that. Doubt in your ability. Others' projections over you. Oh my God, can we talk about that for a second? That makes me mad, Spirit. I really need you to stop caring what other people are thinking about the things that you are doing for your best interest, okay? I really need you to stop doing that. Spirit really needs you to let that go. Because it's not helping you to hold on to their distortions. And it doesn't serve them to entertain negativity. Okay? You've been underestimated a lot in your life. And because you've not felt others' belief in you the way that you needed, you haven't learned how to fully believe in yourself. Maybe some of you were criticized too harshly in your life. And Spirit really needs you to understand that before you try to seek validation in anyone, you need to begin to feel wholeheartedly the love that the Creator has for you, the love that God has for you and your guides, your angels. Because there is so much more fulfillment in that higher capacity for relationship that will then recondition you how to believe in yourself again. So when in doubt, give it to God. Oh, God, I don't know what to do about this. Or, hey, Spirit team, I don't know if I should do this or that right now. Well, if you're in doubt, if you're confused, you have to let it go. Because when you make decisions, well, because you can't make decisions from that energy. So, just start to notice, I'm overthinking again, aren't I? Take a nice deep breath. Deep breaths are your best friend for emotionally regulating, okay? And for doubt, for overthinking, for anything that keeps you up here and out of here. Because your lungs are right here. Behind your heart. Bring your awareness back here. Because peace is here. It's not here. You're not going to find peace up here. You'll find peace in your mind when you're in alignment with your physical form. I'm being brought the imagery of a meditation that I shared with you all a while ago. That might have been December. About bringing a spark of divine white light through each of your chakras, but to imagine it just pulling down, but it's going to move and stop where it needs to stop to clear. And you're going to notice the sensations of your chakras balancing to this light, this is your awareness, trying to bring you through your chakra body back into alignment. Some of you, this is a posture thing too. If you're hunched over a lot, you're constantly crushing your solar plexus, which is your center of action, your center of confidence. Some of you might be diving into yoga, and you might feel called to pick up a practice again if you've already had a practice in the past, or you're starting it for the first time. Some of you throughout this season are going to start to realize that you already have all the validation and support that you need from yourself and spirit to get started and to see things through. And the more you keep at it, the more these things that you're building are going to grow. These muscles that you're strengthening, these skills that you're honing. The next card was the Knight of Pentacles, speaking to determination, your consistency, your relentless consistency, building a new pattern that overcomes doubt. There's something else here, Spirit. Yeah, some of you are still in a very heavy energy. And I'm just feeling like your guides are wanting you to reconnect with flowers as they start to bloom. Just the softness, the sweetness, the lightness. To really assist you in maintaining a balance. You know, maybe for some of you, you've achieved a balance and people around you can't understand that. They're so used to just being one way or doing one thing that you are able to maintain doing many different things and be successful at them is really throwing them for a loop. You know, I don't read cards in reverse, but when they fly out reverse, I consider that to be significant. So the fact that it was the Three of Cups, which is the energy of playfulness, lightheartedness, this is, I mean, one, it's affirming that people aren't understanding it, but it's also saying that maybe some of you are in an energy that still feels kind of frivolous, or you don't have time to do that. You have to do this and you have to do that. But your life is meant to be enjoyed. You're here to have fun and have fun while being responsible. Quite literally, to do whatever you desire. Can you tell us? Oh my, that's a lot. That's a lot. Spirit, no. No, 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 no. I hear you. We're going to take that one because it's separate, but it was the World card. I think this might be my favorite depiction of a World card ever. Because again, we have, yes, there's a lot of you, but the flowers here are exactly the kind of energy that I was just speaking about. But then, okay, another thing here. Some of you, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So some of you you think you've been resting, but you haven't been resting properly, okay? Rest really means to tune out and unplug from overstimulation. And if you find that when you start to meditate and you start to try to wind down, that you get really overwhelmed and a lot tries to rise to the surface, there's a lot going on in your mind, challenge yourself to be present and to not say something negative like, I can't even do this right, or I can't do this longer than 2 seconds, or, oh, why can't it just be easier? These kinds of things. When you take a soft approach, when you take a gentle approach to the thorns in your life, I mean, think about it. If you got a thorn caught if you're just falling asleep, it's because when you're meditating, you're actually doing the work of unplugging that you need to be doing when you're trying to rest. And rest is short for restoration, okay? So if you fall asleep while you're trying to meditate, then you're meant to be getting that rest. And that was the only time that your body was like, oh, wow, we can get the rest that we've been looking for. So that's okay. Again, also a rite of passage, very normal when people are starting to get into a practice of meditating. Becoming mindful is a discipline. Coming into alignment is a discipline. Becoming self-aware is a discipline. So either you're falling asleep. If you're falling asleep, please don't beat yourself up for falling asleep. I can't even meditate right. Well, no. Okay, wow, wait, I didn't realize I needed that much sleep. That's a cue for you to start allowing yourself to really rest more. Like I know a lot of you, it's from your conditioning of parental figures, authority figures around you, to just immediately assume the worst when something doesn't go the way you expect, or respond to it like not even it doesn't feel like it's an exaggeration, but in a very heightened way. So if some of you are meditating and you're finding all of these things that make you really uncomfortable are starting to surface, continue to be present. Breathe with the discomfort. Because when you meditate and you finally carve out that time to be present with yourself, your body goes, oh my God, wait, wow, she's ready to acknowledge me. He's ready to acknowledge me. They're ready to acknowledge me. Okay, wait, we got to tell him this, we got to tell him that, we got to tell him this, we got to get through that, we got to da-da-da-da. It's this homecoming. Yes, and it is very overwhelming. So the breathing helps you to anchor, to let one thing come through at a time. Anxiety is not your enemy. It's an energetic indicator of discomfort. That's not something to try to squash down or punish. If you were to adopt the mindset that your emotions were like little kids, would you get angry at a little kid for crying? Or would you be like, whoa, okay, well, tell me what's going on here? What's happening? How can I help? What do you need? These kinds of things. Gentle parenting. If parenting is a too triggering of a word, gentle teaching, gentle mentoring. If you can't say self-love, this is also self-love. That comes from becoming aware. These are all aspects of you that are asking to be nurtured because they all have something to tell you. I work with a lot of kids in my practice, and these I always have the sessions with their parents present, and sometimes it's like, oh, well, they're just acting out again. And I'm like, well, kids don't know how else to get attention except by doing something exaggerated to make sure that they have it. If they're not getting it when it's quiet, when they're not as heightened in their expression. Does that make sense? And it's the same with your emotions. When you start to recognize them as they're very gently trying to get your attention, you say, oh, that's what's happening. Okay. And usually you'll start to find a bit of relief. Your body has a language of conveying truth to you through emotion. And oftentimes those truths are only uncovered when you allow yourself to experience those emotions. And I keep using this hand gesture, this light language of opening, opening, opening. Because it's like a hard shell around a soft truth, your emotions. And because societally we're not trained, at least not in the West here, I don't really know of anywhere, but please tell me, I'd love to learn about a place where people are taught from a very young age emotional regulation. So at some point on the spiritual path, or opening to your psychic gifts, this has to become part of that practice of mastering yourself. That doesn't mean controlling yourself. Those are different words. Because control can be synonymous with denial of what's really happening. Everyone is welcome here. I know it's not your first time on my channel. Welcome back. So, again, we're going to come back here. Ari, you didn't have to delete that comment. I know it was a distraction, but distractions are teachers too. This is also the peace that you experience when you allow yourself to experience your emotions. Some of you have been trying to unplug and it's all this restless, anxious energy. Honestly, the times that I get the most anxious, I'm like, oh wow, I need a good cry. Spirit, will you help me make that happen? A deep, amazing cry is so undervalued, because it's all of this truth. It's all of this excess emotion that you sensitives have absorbed also from others. Okay, it's part of the purification process. Yes, crying helps, Janine. Crying helps. It helps you let go. You have to feel it to heal it. It's not enough just to know. It's not enough just to see. There are so many ways to alchemize your emotions, but what you won't find helpful is continuing to avoid them, sweeping them under the rug, because that creates more doubt. And it's also teaching your body, it's teaching your nervous system that you can't be trusted, that you can't trust yourself. So it takes a gentle, nurturing touch to allow yourself to feel safe again in your own presence. And a lot of deconditioning work. It's a process. It's a process. What else do you need to know about emotional regulation and or doubt? What else does Spirit need you to know? Okay, so the last thing here is to be very, very careful about the way that you're starting to unpack your experiences and also trying to navigate your current circumstances. When you keep the discussion on things within your realm of control, that's actually what enables you to find the shifts that you're looking for. And to be less cryptic, I mean, when you're diving in to your heart, you have to only look at your behavior. Because as you start to understand the way that you work and the way that you've been conditioned to see yourself and the world, it's going to start to make more sense how you can start responding differently to your external circumstances. And as a consequence of that, of loving yourself more, accepting yourself more, and seeing yourself more in truth, naturally you're going to start to see others in truth as well. But you're not going to find the changes that you're looking for in your own life if you're constantly more concerned and more focused on what others are doing or not doing, and how that's affecting you. Because you see how the focus, when it goes over there, that's where your power is. Your power is in your focus. But when your focus is on you, on, okay, well, what did I want to get done today, and what did I actually do today? Or did I remember to cut cords after I went grocery shopping today? Candace, God bless you. This is not selfish behavior, okay? To focus on you. That is not selfish. As empaths, you're so used to being hyper aware of everybody else's realities that it feels strange and unnatural to focus and look that deeply at yourself. But it's in that path of looking at you that you are able to find the freedom, the joy, the clarity, and direction that you're looking for. God bless you, Maria. I think that's the message. I think that's the message. I feel like that's a good place to close. Wow. Yeah. Well, because usually I can feel the completeness. Feels like some of you are hungry for more. Oh, sorry to miss you, Julia. God bless you. The best herbs for schizophrenia. Feel free to email me. Link, my email's in the description box. Also the contact page on my website. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. You're all amazing. And please understand that this is literally the most difficult work of a spiritual person. This is literally the most difficult work of a spiritual person. To relentlessly face yourself. So if you find that up to this point you've been operating in different ways, please say congratulations to yourself because you are ready for the next level. You know, you're ready for the next level. Please do, Maria. If this resonated with you and you want to go deeper, you can book a reading with me. Maria, the link is in the description box below. I love you all so much. Thank you, Lisa. I literally was going to say that. www.fromspiritforlove.com. I also do Reiki healing sessions. Someone asked about schizophrenia. That is not something I would offer an herbal plan for. That is something that I would offer Reiki for. Or recommend, I should say. I would recommend Reiki. Candace, that's adorable. I'm so happy you found me too, Janine. Welcome to your tribe. Welcome to our tribe. Welcome home. Yeah. Usually the energy by the end of these lives is so cozy that we're all just like, we're hanging out. Till I go click. Oh, Monica, you're beautiful inside and out. Thank you. Okay, I feel the need to close with just a little bit more of this. Thank you, Spirit. Ooh, there we go. So as you know, as I do here, always alchemizing you, always alchemizing you hardcore on these messages. Ooh, that felt really good. That felt really good. Ooh, thank you, Spirit. Thank you. I want to pull a few charms for you guys. I just got these charms because I saw other readers using charms and pulling messages with them, and I was like, oh, that's so cute. I want to try that. So let's see. A few more charms. I know, because Spirit's like, you're literally, what the heck? That's not even funny. I have been seeing bees everywhere. I've been seeing bees everywhere. Y'all are about to be busy. Or Spirit's saying, get busy, get to work. Get to work. Focus. Focus, honey. Focus. Okay. Okay. Any other charms for a collective right now? Some of you just got glasses, new sunglasses. Some of you feeling too, wait, can I say, too cool for school? Oh my God. What else here? Snowflake. Someone go skiing recently or planning a ski trip? Okay, you're bossing up. That's what these are telling me right now. Like your vision, Spirit is like focusing your vision right now. I'm so sorry. Okay, some of you still doubting the fact that you're moving forward. We got a little snail heel. What? Snail healing medicine or message. You are, in fact, making progress, even if you're making baby steps, okay? Healing at a snail's pace. That's not funny. But I feel like that Spirit also being afraid. So it's again, get to work, but don't be afraid to go slow. Like you don't have to run. The energy is meant to be for focus. When you focus, you get into a flow state. And that naturally carries you faster than you would be going if you were worried about how slow you were doing things. Okay, some of you are connecting with fairies. Again, that energy here of maintaining a lighthearted energy, balancing the heaviness with lightness, seriousness with fun, grieving with getting out into nature. And then we have this little antique. Some of you could be moving antiques, I'm hearing. Moving antiques. But we have this kind of antique looking key. Doors opening. Yeah, take what resonates here. Leave the rest. It's a moon, but kind of almost feels like eclipse energy. If you imagine that as rays of light, like the sun. Spot on. See you later, Cole. Mm-hmm. Last charm, please, Spirit. Okay, a few more, just kidding. I just heard turtle doves. Again, Christmas, something about Christmas is significant. That was coming up in another reading I did recently, but maybe something happened around Christmas time that you're about to get clarity on. Or it's like a replay, I'm hearing. Replay. And we have two swans here making a heart. The light doesn't let you see that with super clarity. Maybe with my hair in the back you can't see. Yes, again, this is feeling like validation around the gentle parenting, embracing your softness. Turtle doves and cardinals all day, every day. I've been seeing cardinals everywhere. Everywhere. I saw 3 right in front of my house yesterday. 3. And I was like, hello. Make it make sense. Okay, we have a butterfly. Your transformation. Oh, your mom had her stroke on Christmas Day? Praying for her? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. Praying for you and your loved ones, Julia. I'm sorry to hear that. Justin, hi. Yeah, understandably. Understandably. We have the airplane here. Some of you are going to be traveling. This is also indicative of your ascension. Some of you, something about incense. Maybe someone's burning incense right now. Oh, thank you. I'll share that. So, oh, you're so welcome. So, if some of you are feeling like you're in the pits of other people's energy and you burn incense, but you pray over it when you do, like I always offer my incense to the divine, to my guides, to my ancestors, to the spirits of the land here where I live, to Gaia. And I saw this video today of someone saying that if you are wanting to protect yourself when you go out, take a little bit of the ash from the incense and put it on your temples and on your wrists and on your ankles. And when I tell you that I was in such a funk today because Mercury was trying to retrograde hardcore in my life, and I said, excuse me, we already said no and closed that door. I was so drained. And then I put that on and I was like, I'm me again. Oh my God. So in case someone needed that tip too, it's also great for spiritual protection. All sorts of protection. And then the dogs, some of you have little puppos. Some of your spirit puppos are spending time with you. Dogs that have crossed over. Some of you wanting to get a puppy. I'm literally seeing a little puppy right now. It looks like a little beagle. Just like these giant floppy ears. That's adorable. Little puppy. Oh my gosh. I know, Spirit, I know that that's it. I know I gotta hop off. You don't just start throwing things. Okay. Oh, I love you all so much. Thank you for coming out. Praying for all of your healing and that the burden of grief is alleviated. And that you remember how rewarding and validating the love of the divine is above anything you've ever experienced before. You're so, so welcome. Is that aired? You're so welcome, Maria. Eri, Janine is taking your doggo to the groomers. You're welcome, Christina. Dre. Backwards. Okay, cool. Dre. Aired. Aired. Okay, cool. I think I got that. All right. You all have a beautiful rest of your day, night, evening, wherever you are, whenever you are. Sweet. You're so welcome, Natalie. Okay, perfect. Well, I'll see you next time. I do uploads practically every day on YouTube, also extended videos on Patreon. If you're wanting to join Patreon, you can check that out in the description box below. What else, Spirit? I don't know. I do exclusive channeling sessions over there, as well as energy healing sessions. There's something else. What am I missing? Oh, that's it. Okay. That's it. All right. Have a beautiful night. Or day, night, evening. Wherever you are, whenever you are that you find this. God bless you. See you soon. Thank you, Lisa, for dropping the links. Sean, my new deck is going to be available soon. It's going to be available soon. This was technically my first print, so I wanted to make sure that it came out super pretty, and I'm really pleased with it. So I'm going to get them in bulk, shipped to my house, and then I'm going to send them out. So as soon as they get here, they'll be available. Okay. So you can probably expect that it might be April. All right. I'll see you next time. Oh, Saturday morning live. That's what I wanted to say. So this coming Saturday, I'm going to be here normal time, 11:47 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But the following Saturday, I have a conflict. So I don't think it would be beneficial to do it super, super, super early, because it would have to be early in order for it to still be on Saturday. So we could either move it to Saturday night or Sunday morning. So just stay tuned that Saturday morning live on the last weekend of March. Not the 23rd, the 29th, something like that, around the 29th, that weekend. It's going to be at a different time, okay? So just stay tuned for the little notifications that I put out on YouTube. I really love Saturday morning lives. I said what I said because we always charge a Reiki candle and pray for collective healing. And I know you guys all bring your candles and light them with me. And It means the world. I love it. It's one of my favorite practices here on my channel. So thank you all for participating in those prayers for collective healing with me, and I will see you when I see you. Happy to hear you'll be getting the deck. Literally, okay, last card, because I just felt like pulling it. So, a lot of you are going, what do you mean? No. Okay, that's the one. That's the one. It says, number 25, you'll never fail if you never quit. And with that, I leave you. I love you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.